That big ass bird looking thing is the first boss in the game. You get to fight him very early on in the game. Othercide. Not only is this game totally in black and white and some red, the text is just so damn small. I'm playing this on a 58-inch TV. I'm about 10 feet away, and the text is almost unreadable from that distance. And to give you some perspective, here is how big it is, and the text is just at this small corner. Coming back to the game, Othercide is a tactical RPG, and you manage an army, you grow them, have them do battle against the many enemies up ahead. The story opens up in a fashion where you don't know exactly where you are or who you are. I just feel the plot is trying to confuse you. You just know that there are some enemies known as others, as in the title, Othercide, are trying to break into the human realm and has succeeded in doing so. And you are one of the last surviving guardians protecting the world, and have also somehow fallen to their might, and now you must pick yourself up and regain peace in the human realm. You don't get a lot of cutscenes in this game, but when you do, they are very cool and they are very well voice acted. So let's head into the game. Combat is done on a square-shaped grid system, where you strategically place your army and kill all the enemies. Simple. The good thing about this game's combat system, the entire battle happens on the grid, which means no loading screens bringing you into a fight sequence, which just saves a lot of time. You can zoom in and zoom out to a size that fits you. There's about 4 levels out and roughly 4 levels in. Here comes one of my biggest complaints in terms of this camera angle. There's no way to twist the camera angle. You're stuck in this single angle isometric view. Hence, you can't easily see the movement range of an enemy. You know how you want to gauge if an enemy can reach you? But I figured out a workaround. This is how you do it. Highlight the enemy that you wish to find out its movement range, then zoom out to the max. Then you can see how far or whether its next move is capable of reaching and damaging you. Next up is how the game determines when your fighter gets to move. It uses a timeline and everyone rides on it. Notice the bottom row of fighters? Everyone slowly moves to the left, and when someone reaches to the most left point of the timeline, he or she or it gets to move. This I really like, because this style really resembles the RPG Grandia, whereby more interactions to the enemy will delay the enemy's movement and sometimes even cancelling its movement. More into that very soon. On to some basics. Every fighter has 2 bars to pay attention to, health and AP. Health is easy. If it reaches 0, you die. AP on the other hand is a little more tricky. It allows you to perform attacking skills. Remember that even basic skills require AP. Now it's tricky because depending on how much AP you have left when you end your turn, your position in the timeline will change. The easiest way to explain this is, if you are left with 50 AP or more when you finish your turn, you will be repositioned at the center of the cube. Notice that the images on position 0 and 50 are the same. This indicates when Miracle ends her turn, she regains a move at the point of 50, which is the middle of the queue. But if you are left with less than 50, your fighter goes into burst mode. Take notice on the timeline again and see how Miracle ends at 100 instead of 50. I personally feel this is very nicely done because the element of strategy comes into place. If you expand more AP, you get to attack more and kill off more enemies perhaps. which would make it okay to then have a longer waiting time before your character moves again. You get the idea. There are only 3 character classes here. You get the sword,
Impressive.
the armor,
One less to plague the innocent.
and the gun. What you just saw are instant skills. I'm going to show another type called delayed skills. You first have to initiate the skill, and it will trigger when the time is up. Nice, someone just came into the line of attack. So when the time is up, it will be unleashed, and without saying, these are usually more powerful attacks. The theory of causing more damage if you hit an enemy from behind applies here too. It also allows higher chance for a critical hit, and nicely supported by a cool cutscene.
I revel in her strength.
And here's another one.
Striking.
I think I covered enough of combat. Let's move on to gameplay. Let's get started with the most fundamental thing you need to do, which is to raise your army. This game calls it germinate, like growing germs. So choose the class or type of fighter you wish. We went through this earlier in the section of combat. This is just a closer look at these individual characters. Once you have a minimum of 3 fighters, you can now put them into action. You are only allowed to bring up to 3 fighters into battle, and without saying, the best formula here would be having 1 of each type. From the main menu, you can choose attack, and it shows you a list of battles you can go into. They have different difficulty and rewards from each of them. And after each battle, you get experience points, and these ladies get to level up. Yay! I'm happy because the last game I reviewed didn't have any leveling up. Now, leveling up will also unlock some new skills which you can customize. In this example here, see how you can choose between 2 skills? Choose wisely, because there is no turning back. These skills can also be further enhanced by equipping memories. These memories are obtained randomly by defeating enemies, so keep fighting until you get stronger memories. Ooh, all bloody. Here comes a kicker for you all. Health does not regenerate in this game, and it is at this point of the game I think to myself, oh no, this is yet again one of those rogue type games. You're now seeing a screen called Sacrifice. This game thinks it's clever by forcing you to sacrifice 1 fighter in order to heal another. So choose who's gonna be healed and who's gonna be killed for that. What a painful experience. You might think, hey, I'll just create a new fighter and have them sacrificed. That's not gonna work. This game forces you to have fighters of the equivalent level for the sacrifice to work. Okay, let's try to summarize the game.
This so-called doctor has revealed himself.
I am quite pleased with the overall battle system, especially how you can manage the timeline. But I'm not fond of the black and white, and the fact that your fighters do not regain full health. Makes me feel like I'm struggling. I would recommend this to those who like grid style tactical games, and those who are not afraid to play this like a rogue style game. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you.